All right, you guys. I'm here. We're here. What's up? I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes to come in and tap in. All right. We do have a crow call. I saw a few hawks in the skies. I saw a couple crows these past 2 weeks or so. But I wanted to come in here and do a live stream for you guys because I did a lot of pre-recorded readings for you guys, and we haven't did a live stream yet. So I'm thinking Sundays will be our live stream day. We have to agree with the hour every week. So I'm thinking to post polls for all of us to come into agreement of when we're going to do the live stream. I know it's definitely going to be on Sundays, but I'll give you guys different time frames based off of my schedule, and we'll see, what we all agree in unison. Okay. You guys can comment down below. I will be, looking to the side, talking to you guys as we're tapping in. As I was getting ready for the reading, setting everything up, I did see a glimpse of a gentleman. So I do feel like this reading it has something to do with a gentleman, okay? That being said, let's get started. I lit some frankincense to cleanse the energy, and I just want to light this sandalwood to be with us for the rest of the reading as well as cleansing the decks and the space. All right. I will be handing out or distributing or assigning crow badges for those of you that have been participating in the live streams, in the crow nest, commenting down below, posting your own posts, commenting in the other videos that I posted, the crow stories, right? Because that's what I'm calling them, crow stories. Even though they're crow messages, I'm calling them crow stories because they're very, very specific and elaborate. Thank you for those of you that have purchased the Crowleys shirts, all right, and the Crowleys merch, all right. For those of you that haven't yet, you should definitely go ahead and buy yours, all right. I already wore mine. I actually have to wash it. But yeah, make sure that if you're ordering anything from my shop or anything like that, the metaphysical shop, that you guys do like little mini videos, send it to me or tag me in it, because that really helps my business. So thank you. All right. That being said, let's get started. All right. We're starting at angel number 333. Okay. So we'll see what's going on. Doing a little pre-shuffle here for the other deck. We'll get started. Let me make sure that this is. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. We have some cards that are already flipped around, which is interesting. They're not supposed to be. Okay. We got the ship, we got the snake, we got the ring, we got the rider, we got the coffin, the tower. the dog in the book that was already flipped out for us, which is interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and lay them out. Let's see what's happening here. So we have the ship and the snake together. Okay. We have the ring and the rider together. We have the coffin and the tower together. And we have the dog and the book together. Angel number 555 on the clock. All right. So that's significant as well. So we're seeing angel numbers here. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on already. Like, some things going on here already. I kind of want to figure out what's up. Because we have the ship and we have the snake, right? And sometimes the snake could come out as a woman. Sometimes it comes out as deception. But this has something to do with movement with the ship. So let's see what this is about. So the ship and the snake talks about problems with a trip, okay? Or problems with a woman, right? And everybody's crow story is a little bit different, so I'm going to tell you the different things that I'm seeing here. So it's either a problem with the trip or a problem with a woman, which I already said that about the woman, the snake sometimes being a woman. So if you guys are already planning a trip, there could be a problem with the trip, okay? If you guys are not planning a trip or anything like that, or don't know anyone that's planning a trip, then you could be having troubles with a particular woman in your life, okay? That has to do with the trip. I'm just letting you know. Like, it has to do with the trip. A trip with a woman, okay? Now, when we're getting into the ring, usually when we talk about the ring, it has something to do with like a relationship or a commitment or something like that. And usually the writer is talking about a message, right? But when we put the ring and the writer together side by side, we're talking about something either to do with business or romantic, and this being a new partner, okay? So we're talking about a trip with a woman, or we're talking about problems with a trip, okay? And this has something to do, either this is like a romantic situation with this woman, or this is a business partner, all right? But as I'm seeing, a new partner is significant here as well. We get into the coffin and the tower. You know, when we always talk about the tower, it's like something suddenly happening, you know. But with the coffin, it often talks about like an ending or a transition of some sort, right? Um, so when we put the coffin and the tower together, this actually talks about imprisonment, all right? And if it's not imprisonment, we're talking about some sort of failure with authorities, right? So we're wrapping everything together, right? So we're talking about a woman. There's like a trip with a woman, or issues with the trip, or something like that, or issues with travel, or something like that. And there's a new commitment here that's significant, either romantically or business wise. And someone's having issues with authorities, all right, or someone's in prison. So there could be a situation here where um, someone is either in jail and they cannot travel, or there's issues with authorities or something like that, and they cannot travel. Now we're talking about business, a business partner, right? This is feeling like maybe there's problems with a supervisor or a manager or something like that, and this person cannot travel, okay? And there's issues with that, okay? Or there's like a new partner in a business or something like that, and there's travel issues. If this has something to do with like romantic wise, um, a female can't travel because of their new partner, right? Their new romantic partner or something like that. They're probably newly in a relationship or something. And there's issues here in terms of someone in jail or going to jail, or issues with authorities of some sort, okay? Now we have the dog in the book. The book always comes with some sort of information. The dog is either a resemblance of an actual animal, meaning the actual dog, or it talks about a friend, right? Could be talking about a friend, a best friend, a loyal friend, right? And so when we pair the dog and the book together, we're talking about specifically a friend with a secret. So we have a friend that has a secret, okay, in this situation. Now, this friend could be the woman that's having issues traveling or going on this trip or whatever, right? Um, from that's what I'm seeing here, okay? This, if it's not the friend with the secret, it could be someone you know that is studying, okay? Because book is also like the book also resembles information, studying, school, stuff like that, right? Um, this can also mean an introvert. Okay, so they're giving us different clues and hints to who this person may be. So someone is an introvert in a situation, and there's troubles with traveling or something of that nature, right? Or there's an issue with a friend because a friend is keeping a secret of some sort of situation, right? Um, so, like I said, each and every one of your close stories are different and tailored to you specifically. Your intuition is definitely going to guide you in this situation to let you know, like, okay, that sounds like this person. I think I know who you're talking about. But we're going to get more information anyway with the clarifiers in a second. But that's, the first set of cards that came out already flipped out for us. No cards landed on the table. They were already kind of flipped out in the deck, which was interesting because that doesn't usually happen when I'm shuffling cards with you guys. Um, so, yeah. So make sure that you guys, comment down below, leave a couple hearts, leave your comments and stuff like that as we are getting into this reading. We'll be flipping back and forth just to see your comments and stuff like that and interact with you guys as we are getting into this. So, what do they need to know for this pro message? All right. So, we have the lady here. The lady came out. What's going on here? What do they need to know for this profile? What do they need to know for this phone? Also, you guys, I found a feather. My feather. I found a feather. And I keep it right by my little crow. Okay. What's going on here? What do they need to know? Oh, okay. So we have the key. So the lady has the key. So I believe we talked about a lady having a key before in one of the crow stories, right? So that could be significant to this crow story, right? I always kind of like remember certain things, and that could be significant, right? I have angel number 33 with the key and the lady, right? So what else do they need to know? We have the flowers here. What else do they need to know? And I'm sorry if like the light is kind of too bright because these cards are like glossy. What's going on here? What do they need to know? The scythe. So we have the flowers and the scythe together here. And that's a second omen of like someone driving really fast or trying to get somewhere really fast. Angel number 99, 999. What's going on here? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Okay, we have the house. What do they need to know? We're talking about like driving really fast and we're talking about problems with authorities. It may be like a traffic violation or a traffic situation or something. What's going on here? The lily. So the house and the lily is together. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? We have the stars here. What do they need to know? The moon. So the stars and the moon is here together. Okay. So, and then we have the clouds on the bottom of the deck. So there's something that you may not know here, which is interesting because we have Scythe on the bottom of this deck and Scythe is here with the flowers. So let's get into like what's going on here for you guys. Let's see. And comment down below as you guys are entering into the chat. See. So we have the lady, right? So we have a lady here. Now, you have to know who you are in the situation. All right. You could know these people, and the message has something to do with you being aware of certain things happening for a particular reason, right? Because when the crow call comes in or the crow message comes in, it's usually because we're supposed to be aware of something. Because someone may not be telling us everything, or there are certain things that our spirit guides, our crow guides, want us to know. And usually the crows um, come in the form, the crows are a spirit guide, and the hawks are the ancestors. That's what I've noticed. The hawks are the ancestors, and the crows are the spirit guides. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And the blue jays, um, because also I didn't tell you guys that. I think this is like 3 days ago, either 3 or 4 days ago. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. The blue jays were going crazy, like calling out to each other, calling out to each other. And there was like at least 2 or 3 different blue jays calling out to one another. And so there was a blue jay call too. So there was a crow call, a blue jay call, and sighting of hawks in the sky. Okay, as well as seeing crows in the road. Like there was a crow on the road while I was driving to go somewhere, and the crow was on the road like as we were driving, and then the crow started flying up. So that's significant too. So there's something about like going somewhere or crossing a crow's path, a spirit guide's path, that is significant here. Um, I think there was about 3 or 4 hawks in the sky. So that's, how many ancestors are here to deliver the message as well for you guys, right? So let's get into like the lady, right? So you would know who you are in the situation or who these people are in the situation, in order to understand the message, okay? So pay attention to what your intuition is showing you. And when I say your intuition, this could come in the form of images in your mind, like memories, seeing a person's face, remembering a conversation, um, thinking about a particular situation or circumstance, or immediately thinking about a person. That's your intuition connecting this to who this is about. Okay, that's how that works. Your intuition never comes out of fear, never comes as doubt or confusion. Your intuition is almost like a jigsaw puzzle. It immediately shows you, or not even like a jigsaw puzzle. It's almost like a memory game. You know how you would have to click on the cards to flip it, and it will immediately flip it and show you the image. That's what I'm talking about. So like as I'm flipping the cards here, your intuition is going to show you an image, and it's matching with this. Okay, that's the only way that I can describe it. Okay, comment down below and let me know if you know what I'm talking about. um, let's see. So we have the woman in the key in this situation. So we're talking about an important woman. So in this particular message, this woman has some sort of importance. She's important to this message. This is a woman that is successful. This is a woman that is dependable, meaning you could depend on this woman. All right. We talked about a trip with a woman, right? We talked about problems with a trip or travel or something of that nature. Um, so it could be this particular woman that we're talking about, or it could be a different woman. All right, it just depends on your guys' situation. But based off of this, I kind of feel like it's the same person. They're just giving us more details on who it is, so that way you can connect the dots, right? So we have bouquet, which is the flowers, and then we have the scythe. Now, in this situation, when the scythe comes out, sometimes it talks about, um, with the bouquet and the scythe, this is like either a good decision or depending on your guys' circumstances, like if you've already had like like a particular procedure or a surgery booked, or maybe this woman has, or something like that. Um, I do feel like it's like a positive surgery, right? But this looks like it's a good decision. It looks like it's a good decision from this dependable woman. Like she's making some sort of good decision here. All right. I'm also seeing the house and the lily here. Now, with the house, we're talking about like a foundation, or we're talking about your home or a particular home that is significant here with the house, right? So, with the house and the lily, it's definitely talking about an old home, an older home, a home that was made. I don't even know how to say that. Like, it's not a modern home. It hasn't been recently made in the past 10 days, 10 years, 20 years, right? It's like an older home, right? So we could be talking about an old house. So we're seeing a little district. I'm trying to wrap everything up together. So there's a trip with a woman. This woman is dependable, they're reliable, they're successful, whatever, right? Um, I'm also seeing a decision here about a surgery or something like that, or like a good surgery. Um, this could also just be like if it doesn't have anything to do with the surgery, this is like a good choice that this woman is taking, right? And it could have something to do with that old house, right? Now we have the stars and the moon, which is interesting because sometimes when the stars come out, I see it as, either healing or like some sort of wish fulfillment or something in the astrological chart. Could be significant. But because the moon also has the element of the unknown, it's intriguing to see it together, right? Um, so with the stars and the moon, we're talking about some sort of creative ideas. Now we're talking about how this woman is dependable, they're successful, they're making a good decision, may have something to do with the old house. It could be very successful, right? And they have some sort of creative idea. But I also talked about how there could be a friend that's keeping some sort of secret. Okay. So that's significant too, right? We talked about success. The star and the moon also is an omen of success, of fame, of honor, okay? Um, which is significant here as well. So, what do they need to know in terms of the ship? What do they need to know in terms of the ship? What's going on here with the ship? I also see angel number 88 here. What's going on here in terms of the ship? Clarify the ship. Okay, so we have the ship and the tree. And then clarify the snake. Clarify the snake. Clarify the snake. So I do feel like if there was issues with the trip, right? There could have been issues with the trip with the woman, or just issues with the trip or travel period. But I do feel like, however, it's going to be successful somehow. Either way, it's going to be successful because someone has a creative idea, is what I'm picking up. What's going on here with the snake? Clarify the snake. So we have the owls and the rider with the snake. All right. So let's get into the situation with the snake. Because we're talking about a woman, right? With a snake in this sense. But we have the owls here, which in this that the owls are actually birds. So this is a call from a woman, all right? This could also be an omen of negotiations or slander, right? And the call is coming from the woman, like you're traveling with this woman, or there's gonna be a trip with this woman, this person calls you, right? Lets you know that there's like issues or something like that, and they're trying to negotiate something or make it's like a back and forth conversation taking place, right? And it's either a phone call and they're trying to get you to agree with them, or they're trying to come to an agreement about a situation, right? The situation, I'm seeing agent number 121 here. And 121 is a mirrored number, so there's like a mirrored situation happening. So maybe this person's having issues trying to travel to you, and maybe you're having issues trying to travel to them. So they're trying to come to an agreement with you on what to do, um, or how to meet in the middle, or something like that, right? But somewhere in here, there could be some sort of slander. Now, I'm not saying that this person is being spiteful towards you, but there's slander here, right? Um, so when we get into the whole situation of slander, we're talking about defaming, right? Defaming one's character, or accusation based off of hearsay, right? Um, this could be harming someone's reputation or something of that nature, right? So that's also something that I'm seeing here that could be significant. All right. Um, so keep that in mind. Now we also have the snake and the rider. So like I said, there's news from this woman that you could have a trip with, or they're having issues traveling, right? Um, the snake and the rider is also help. Okay. So they could be calling you and trying to negotiate how they can help with the situation, or they're trying to see if you can help them with something here, right? Um, Now, when we're talking about the ship and the tree, usually the tree has something to do with health, or it has something to do with family. Okay. So when we're talking about the ship and the tree, we're really talking about travel here. So we're probably talking about the health of a vehicle, or the health of this person being able to travel, or something of that nature. Okay. So with the ship and the tree, we're talking about motion sickness, sea sickness, um, or a long journey period. So there's issues overall. We're wrapping it all up so that way you can understand. There's issues with someone traveling on a long journey, right? So it's a long way to get to wherever this person is trying to get to, this woman is trying to get to. Um, and there's complications with the travel or the journey, right? And so they need help somehow, some which way or form is what I'm seeing here, right? And so they could be asking for help or something like that. but somehow there's like some sort of slander here behind the scenes. All right. So, like I said, when there's a crow message, there's certain things that we can see, we can hear, we can understand as it's happening, but the crow call comes in when there's certain things that you're not seeing, hearing, or understanding, or is being picked up on, and that's why our spirit guides and our ancestors want you to see. Hawks in the sky means we are seeing everything, right? Whenever any type of bird is in the sky, you think of bird's eye view. I can see all, right, in the situation. So you may be in the midst of the situation, but they can see far wide, a bigger range of what's going on, right? So clarify the snake. Clarify the snake. Now we have the dog and the owls clarifying the snake. And I told you about, the dog in the book was together and it was talking about a friend keeping some sort of secret, or someone is an introvert, or someone is studying something or something like that, right? Now, with the snake, going back to the snake, right? Going back to the snake in the situation, the snake and the dog here together, right? We're talking about a friendly woman. Again, help is coming out again. So this person needs help, all right? Because that's significant. Help is coming out again. This could be a woman with a dog. This woman could have a dog, all right, as a pet or something like that. I don't know, but like, keep it into consideration, right? Like I said, there is a call from a woman. So the call is going to come from the woman, period, because that's coming out again, right? And there's some sort of negotiation happening here, right? And that's significant because it came out again once more, all right? I saw angel number 77 and 777. What's going on here with the snake? What's going on with the snake? We have the sun, which is interesting because someone needs to be grounded in the situation. Like I said, there's problems that are going to be resolved, but it might be costly. Therefore, this woman needs help, right? So, what's not being said is that someone may need to pull out some money, or someone needs help financially, or something like that in order to make this trip possible. Okay? What's going on here? Clarify the ring. Clarify the ring. Clarify the ring. Clarify the ring. We have the anchor for the ring. Clarify the rider. We talked about a new partner being business or romantic. That's significant here. Clarify the ring. No, actually the rider. Clarify the rider. And then we have the lilies here as well. So let's see what's going on here with the ring and the anchor. So this is a stable relationship. This new partnership is actually a stable relationship, whether it be romantic or partnered, like as business wise. So it is a stable relationship, even though it's a new relationship here. So that's significant. Now with the writer, we're talking about, there could be some information here, like a message or something like that with the writer. And then we have the lily here, which could be news from an older man, okay, in terms of this new partnership, okay, whether it be business wise or romantic. There could be news here from an older man or news of some sort of rest. And we're talking about a new partnership, right? With someone needing like to rest or break or something like that is significant. Clarify the coffin. We have the coffin, which is the grave here. So that's staying the same. Clarify the tower. Clarify the tower. Clarify the tower. We have the cross. So I talked about how the coffin and the tower was either issues with authorities or imprisonment, right? So now we have the cross and we'll have the coffin and the cross. Okay. So that is talking about some sort of pain, sadness, or grief. So if someone is imprisoned or if someone's having issues with authorities of some kind, they're going through some sort of pain, grief, or sadness because of it. Okay. What's going on with the dog? And I told you, the dog in the book is talking about, a friend keeping a secret or someone, that is introvert or something like that, right? Or someone that is studying. Like they could be going to school, they could be studying, or they could be studying something, okay? Clarify the dog. Clarify the dog. Clarify the dog. Interesting, we have the snake and the ship here. This goes back to this. But in this sense, it's not the ship and the snake, it's the snake and the ship. So it means something completely different in terms of the dog. Okay? So going back to the dog, is this friend reliable? Especially if they're keeping a secret. This is a dishonest friend with the dog and the snake. Could be a friendly woman, a woman with a woman and a dog. I talk about someone having a dog. Correct? So is the friend a woman? Is this person that's making travel plans or that has trip plans or something like that the friend? What's the dog in the ship? A friend that visits, a travel companion. So yeah, this person could be traveling with their dog, or they could be traveling with their friend, a travel companion, right? But the friend is keeping a secret. What's going on here? Or they're holding something, or maybe they're an introvert and they don't talk or something like that, and they look secretive. What's going on here with the dog? Clarify the dog. What do they need to know about the dog? The garden. Clarify the book. Maybe we'll get to know a little bit more information on that. Clarify the book. Clarify the book. The fish. So this has something to do with money. So the secret has something to do with money, or maybe someone's an introvert in terms of money. They don't really talk about their money or something like that, or finances. The dog in the garden is talking about a social acquaintance, right? Or a popular friend, or meeting a friend at an event. And this could also be networking as well. So these things could be significant here. But with the book and the fish, this is like whatever is, being studied, or the secret, okay? Or whatever they're being an introvert about. So with the book and the fish, this has something to do with unexpected money. This has something to do with, like I said, if somebody's studying something, right? It's a business major, right? Or getting their MBA, a master bachelor's degree. Um, Someone can be, yeah, MBA, or someone could be like a marine biologist or something like that, or thinking about being a marine biologist. That's like a random thing, but that's what I'm seeing here. And so someone's either introverted in terms of who they're networking with. Someone is being secretive in terms of unexpected money, or someone is studying to get their MBA or their business major, or to be a marine biologist or something like that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, different crow stories for every person. So that's why I'm like being as detailed as possible, so that way you can figure out what's your storyline here. What's going on with the lady? Like I said, going back to the lady and the key, this is like someone that's dependable, someone that's successful, right? And whoever this is, they're making a good choice, a good decision. Clarify the lady. Clarify the lady. So like I said, you would know where you are in this storyline, or you would know how these people affect you if this is not like you personally. What's going on with the lady? Clarify the lady. So we have the lady in the ship goes back to the lady that's traveling. So the lady that's traveling is the successful one, the one that's dependable. And it said that, whatever the problems were, they're going to be resolved in terms of, the issues traveling, right? Or probably the issues with slander or something like that, okay? What's going on here with the key? Clarify the key. Clarify the key. So we have the clouds, which goes back to the bottom of the deck. Over here, the clouds. I told you there's something that you don't know. There's information that you don't know about. So with the lady in the ship, they're giving us some more indications of the lady, right? Not only is she dependable, she's successful, right? She is the woman that's taking the trip, right? Um, and I said something about like seasickness or motion sickness or something like that. So maybe this woman's going on a cruise or something like that. All right, it doesn't have to be for every single body, but that's also what I'm saying, right? This woman could be a foreigner, also. That's another thing that I'm seeing here, because that could also be something here, right? So wherever they're traveling to, they could be a foreigner to that place, right? Especially like if you're going on a cruise somewhere. Usually when you go on a cruise somewhere, you don't live there, so you're a foreigner or you're not from there. That's what foreigner means, like you're not from that place. So they're not from the place that they're going to. So they're not going home. They're going somewhere else, right? They're traveling to somewhere else that they're not from. Is another indicator, right? Um, Going back to the key, right? So let's go back to the key because there's clouds here and there's information that you don't know with the clouds. The woman needs some sort of clarity on something. Because the key in the clouds is talking about needed clarity on a particular circumstance or situation. We're talking about the trip and the travel. That's probably why they call, right? They're calling, hey, I need to clarify this and this and that. Can you help me? So this is like, can you help me find out where you are? Can you help me find out how to get there? Something like that, right? Right, needed clarity. Or there could be some sort of interference with the travel. Like I said, those problems, but those problems get cleared up and they get resolved, right? That's clarifying that. What's going on with the flowers? So we have the child. What's going on with the scythe? What's going on with the scythe? We have the letter. Interesting. So let's see what's going on with the scythe and the letter. Because the letter is usually like a message, a text message. It could be an actual letter, right? With the scythe next to it, we could definitely be talking about a cancellation or a notice. But this has something to do with the good decision that's being made, right? Or it has something to do with, like I said, a surgery or something like that. A good surgery. So something's being canceled or there's some sort of notice in terms of that. Now, the bouquet and the child, the flowers and the child, right, is talking about specifically, like to what extent, Like, what are you canceling? What's the good decision? It could be something in terms of a party, like a children's party, because the bouquet and the child could be a small party, it could be a children's party, or a charming child. Okay, so there's something significant, like, oh, we're gonna have to cancel that party, or we're gonna have to cancel that gathering, or that small party, or something of that nature, right? To postpone it because there's issues with the trip or travel, because it's a long journey and there's issues there. The issues will get resolved, but something is getting postponed. You understand? But it's a good decision to postpone it. It's the best decision to postpone it, or something like that. What's going on with the house? Clarify the house. Now it says something about like an old house is significant. Clarify the house. You have the house and the rider. Clarify the lily. The crossroads with the lily. So let's see what's going on here with the house and the rider. Remember I said something about the old house, right? So there's news about this house that's coming in, because the rider is always the message. And I talked about a visitor, right? And I talked about a friend visiting. Didn't I say that? Right? And that's significant. So there's a friend that's visiting your old house, or an old house, or something like that. Or there's some sort of like news about a house that's significant here. Also, so I'm getting a couple different channel messages here. Or maybe this is the person that's coming in with the news about the house. There's a message that comes to the house, and I talked about a notice. I talked about a cancellation or something like that, right? Now, a notice could be anywhere between like a flyer, a letter, um, an envelope. Like I don't know. Like it could be a whole lot of different things, right? What's the lily in the crossroads? And this is like after you make some sort of good decision, right? After you make some sort of good decision, after something gets canceled, after you get a notice or something like that, or you get that phone call or whatever, then you get this message about the house or something, okay? So going back to like the lily, right? And the crossroads, that the crossroads always a decision. Like now I gotta make a decision on something, right? But I did say something about like a man or an older man or something like that at some point in the reading. And I'm seeing like a man here making a choice. Like a man is making a decision, or a man has choices now, and this has something to do with this old house, or this has something to do with the news that's coming in about a house or something like that. So now a man has some sort of choices, or and this doesn't even have to be like an older man, like someone like really old, but this could be like a man that's probably older than you. They're still an older man. So it just depends on your particular circumstance. But this man had decisions, right, to make. And then I saw that this woman, the successful woman, was going to make a good decision, right? So there's two different people making choices here. But I see that this man is making several choices. This woman here only made one decision, one good decision. But this man over here is making decisions. There's multiple decisions to make here in terms of a house. What's going on with the stars? Clarify the stars. What's that? The gentleman. The stars and the gentleman. So this could be like a popular man, right? Or this could be like sometimes it comes off as a celebrity man, but not always, right? Because you guys are not always in that situation. This could be someone that you may see as popular, or you may see as dreamy, or something like that. What's going on with the moon? Clarify the moon. And the moon is a timing card, so some of this is set in the night. Is significant, or when the sun is setting. Because if you notice that when we started the reading, it was daylight, and now it's dark, and we're wrapping up the reading. What's going on here with the moon? The dog. So does that friend have a secret about this man? Are they secretly friends or something? We have the birds on the bottom of the deck, which is the owls in this deck. So let's clarify the stars and the man. This is a successful man or a famous man, either or. But the moon and the dog, there's something here like this is a successful friend. The successful man is a successful friend that could be keeping a secret. There's emotional support here. There could be affections for a friend. And that could be the secret. Someone's keeping a secret because they have some sort of emotions towards you or something like that. It's like a friend that likes you, secretly likes you, and they're introverted. So they're not trying to go out in public with you. They're trying not to like be around you. It looks like they're being secretive, but they're not being secretive against you. It's like they don't want to tell you that they have some sort of feelings for you or some shit like that. So they're not like, this is either someone that you're not talking to anymore, or this is someone that is like, for some reason, all of a sudden, like, oh, you're like really like out there, you're successful and stuff like that, but you don't want to talk to me, and that's kind of weird, like it's because they secretly they want to be affectionate towards you, but they don't know how to be affectionate towards you. What's the owls and the moon? Because that clarifies what's really going on here in the whole situation, because we talked about like slander at some point in time, right? That has something to do with a woman. And it all ties together somehow, some way. I feel like it all ties together. But I'm trying to figure out how. For some of you guys, just like a series of events happening. This happens first, and then this happens first, and then this happens first, and then like it all comes together, and you're like, oh, right, you know. And for some of you guys, it's like it's all tied together. You know what I'm saying? Like a like a web, like a network, like a web, like this person and that person and this person, and this person's acting weird and this person's coming towards you, and you're gonna go over there with that person, and things got resolved, so you're gonna go over there, but then oh, they hit you up and they're like, okay, well, we can't do that, change your plans. We're like, all right, well, that's a good decision, we're just gonna do this anyway. And then which leads a man, the older man, to make decisions, several decisions. You understand what I'm saying? Rerouting, because they don't want to show some sort of affections or some shit towards you. Or like that they care too much that something all of a sudden changed. Because the birds in the moon, the owls in the moon, is someone that's intuitively speaking, a creative speaker or a performer. So the performer, I said a famous, successful man. I don't know what kind of performer this is. We're talking about creative speaker. This could be like poetry. This could be music. This could be, public speaking. And this person has some sort of affections towards you. But do you know that? Because we talked about how, usually when the crows are calling, certain things, you're experiencing certain things, but there are certain things that you don't know because the hawks are in the sky. Your ancestors see something that you don't see. You understand? They're watching over you as something is happening, and they can see everything. And there are certain things that you're missing, and you're getting it in this reading. So do you know what this is the question, because this has been happening for like the past few weeks, is what I'm seeing here. And it has to do with the friend, it has to do with this older man, and it has to do with this woman that there's some sort of travel plans with. So I want to say there's 3 different characters for some of you, and there's 2 different characters for some of you. So for some of you, there's 2, a woman and a man. And for others of you, is 2 women and a man. In both scenarios, I'm seeing that the woman is the friend. Okay? But who's this man? That's the question. Because this man has affections for you. And at some point in time, this man was a friend to you. But you didn't know their true feelings for you this whole time. And I feel like this has something to do with this crow call. They're making certain decisions right now that's going to affect you in the next few weeks. That's significant. Okay? Comment down below. Let me know how that resonates. Figure out who this man is. Figure out who that friend is. Figure out who that woman is. And you guys can comment it down below. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.